Today I play my Canoptek Court list with the new points changes, and I'm up against Richard and the Tyranids. It's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, we have the Stinger Hive Fleet Swarm out to play. It's my army, but Richard is going to control it. Hello Richard, how you doing?
Good, thanks Nick, and yourself?
I am doing very well. Of course, we've had the new points changes.
Yeah.
How has that affected Tyranids, do you think?
There's some decent drops there, and it might just push them up that table, make them a little bit more competitive.
Okay, well, I'm really looking forward to playing this. I have to say, my Tyranids look awesome.
Oh, they do.
But before we look at those, let's have a look at my updated Necron Canoptek Court list. Okay, so this is my 2,000 point amended list. Not too many changes. I'll run through the changes in a second. So I still have my 3 Technomancers and 3 enhancements. This one's got Infiltrate. This one has the reroll 1s to wound if in my power matrix. And this one, which did have the gain CPs when my opponents gain CPs, now has mortals if I'm charged. I then have 3 units of Wraiths. I have 1 unit of Acanthrites. I did have 2 units of 3 previously, but 1 unit of 3 now. I've then got a unit of Canoptek Spiders, 6 Scarabs and 2 units of 3 Scarabs. I have 3 units of 5 Death Marks, 3 Canoptek Doomstalkers, and now I have 2 single Locust Destroyers. Previously it was just 1. That's how I managed to amend my list. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think I've compromised it too much. So let's have a look at the Tyranid list. Okay, Rich, what have you got?
I've got a Broodlord. He's got Relentless Hunger enhancement, which gives him and his unit +2 to the move.
Yep.
He's with 10 Gene Stealers. I've got a Neuro Tyrant, and he's got the Adrenalized Onslaught, which allows him and his unit to consolidate, pile in an extra 3 inches. And these with 20 Neuro Gaunts and the Neuro Sight. I've then got a Tervigon.
That guy, yeah.
That's
my home brewed Tervigon, because we didn't have Tervigon models when the unit came out.
And he's got Naturalised Camouflage, which allows him to choose 3 units within 9 inches of himself, and they get benefits of cover.
Okay.
I've then got the Swarm Lord, and he's got nothing except the Bone Sabers and the Synaptic Pulse, and he's with the Tyrant Guard, and they've got the Crushing and Rending Claws. I went with them. Yep. I've got a Tyrannocyte, and in there I'm going to be 20 Hormagaunts.
Okay.
I've then got 2 units of 20 Termagants.
Yep.
With Flesh Borers. I've then got 2 Bio-4s, and now of course we'll be able to shoot Spore Mines if I want to, instead of shooting units.
Yep.
I've got the Psychophage, 3 units of 2 Ripper Swarms. They're there for the
yep. And
mission.
All the way over here, my favourite Tyranid model,
the Morlock.
the Morlock. I love this model so.
Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it? It is.
Okay, and what detachment are you playing?
I'm playing the Unending Swarm, which there's some nice strats there, which means if you destroy a unit, Endless Multitude, which are the Hormagaunts, Termagants, those 3 units, yeah. For 2 CP I can put an exact replica back into strategic reserves.
Right, okay. And I think you mentioned if I shoot you, you can move or something?
Yes, the army rule is if you kill one of the models in these units,
yeah,
they can make a surge move.
Right, okay, interesting. Right, let's have a look at the mission then. Okay, we are playing Dawn of War, Priority Targets, and Targets of Opportunity, which is going to be interesting. We're going to have 3 active secondary cards. And this is the terrain. This is Richard's new terrain. Still not quite finished, but nearly there, right?
Yeah, it's just a couple bits need another coat of lead belcher and Nuln oil, and then it's over to you to weather.
Yeah, looking awesome, I have to say. And we're using these new Perspex terrain sort of guides to give us an idea, and all of the buildings are all obscuring, so there is actually quite a lot of terrain on the table. So now we need to find out who is going to deploy where get underway with this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we have deployed. I've got my scarabs in the corner, infiltrated this unit of wraiths behind this building. We've got more wraiths here. We've got our 3 Doomstalkers with very little line of sight. We've got a little gap over there and a little gap to this objective, but pretty much there's no line of sight over in this area. We've got 2 of the destroyers here. We've got my Canoptek Spiders and Scarabs here. We have infiltrated my Acanthrites here behind this building, and then we have the last unit of Wraiths and my Scarabs just there. On the Tyranid side, we've got the Termagants and the Tervigon, more Termagants and the Psychophage. Yep. Got the Biophors and the Tyrant with his guard just there. We've got this horrible dude there, whatever his name is, Neurothroats.
Neurotyrant.
Yeah, Neurotyrant with his blind tyrants. And then we have the Gene Stealers just over there. They do have a scout move. The rest is in reserve. This comes in turn 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do.
Okay, can do. Right.
Everything else is done.
It's normal reserves.
Yeah.
Okay, so, of course, I've got my 3 units of death marks in reserve. Right, here we go. Let's find out who's going first. I get a 5, Richard gets a 1.
So you go first.
Necrons, turn 1. Okay, I have Assassination, Deploy Homers, and Investigate Signals. Okay, and, yes, end of Necron turn 1. So I moved onto this objective in the middle. I moved onto this objective with the Wraiths. I shuffled these around in the corner, and I moved these forward just here and shuffled these in the corner. And then in the shooting phase I investigated signals with both of the Scarab Swarm units, and I did deploy Teleport Homer in the centre of the board, so that gave me 7 points for my secondaries. And nothing here can see anything to shoot, so there was no shooting phase, and of course there's no assaults either. So a very quick turn for the Necrons. Let's move into turn 1 for the Tyranids. Okay, so for reference, I did disregard Assassination for a CP, and Richard has just drawn Investigate Signals, Area Denial, and Secure No Man's Land. Okay, so we've got some investigating signal Gants over there. They just moved into the corner. This came in and these guys bowed out. These have all moved up. These have moved up. These have moved up. Those have moved back to investigate signals. And we're going to move into their shooting phase. Okay, so my Locust Destroyer is going to get it from the Bio 4.
2d3 shots.
3.
It's indirect, so would put it to 5s.
Yep.
But because it's heavy and they haven't moved, it brings it back down to 4.
Okay, 3 shots then, needing 4s.
2 go through.
Yep.
Strength 6.
Toughness 6.
2 4s again.
Yep, straight in.
-1.
Okay, get covered away from that.
Yes, it doesn't ignore cover.
Okay, so 3 ups. And make both. Neuro Tyrant, that's, which one's that? That one over there?
Yeah.
I know he can't shoot, he's facing the wrong way.
Is he?
Yeah. He's got no eyes anyway.
He's shooting out his backside.
He has no eyes, so it doesn't matter.
What's that? I've got cannons in my butt for that film. So he's got an 18-inch ignores cover.
Yep.
Psychic torrent.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I
2d6.
I've experienced him before. At my Wraiths, obviously.
6. So 6 shots.
Strength 5, toughness 6. 5s.
2.
2 go through.
-1.
-1. Okay, so be 4s. Make both.
Nice. Flesh borers.
Okay, you're going to shoot all the little guns now, yeah? So
yeah.
I won't video this. We'll be back. Okay, so we finished shooting. I have taken 1 wound on a Wraith in the middle of the table there. And is that right? Was it that unit or this unit you shot at? It was that one, yeah? Yeah. Okay, and now we're going to charge. We've got the blind gits, as I like to call them.
No, he's...
Oh, them? You can't charge with them. They're holding your home objective.
No, they're not. Buy forward, though.
Okay, so you're charging.
Yeah, and I mean that one they might, but it'll be that. I'll see what happens after I charge.
Yeah. Okay, so in we go with Swarmy and his guard. I
will use one of my CP.
Okay. He's in. It's like playing orcs. Okay, so Richard has just rolled a 12 to get the Neurogaunts in, so I'm definitely in assault. Okay, here we go. Swarmlord first. He's got red dice and his guard have the other dice. 2s on the Swarmlord.
I missed with 2.
Miss with 2, handy. And what do you need on the other dice?
I missed with 2 on them.
Okay, 4s, yeah?
Yeah. So these are all twin linked.
Right, okay, so re-roll wounds.
Strength 8 minus 2, 2 on the metal.
Yeah.
Which are 3s. And strength 9 minus 2, 3 damage on the Swarmlords.
Yeah.
So 3s again. Re-rolling everything. Yeah.
Good job. Just missed with 1.
Yeah. So they're 2 damage each.
Right, let's do the 4 dice then from Swarmy.
Yeah. 5 on Swarmy.
Right, so we need 4s. Invulnerable saves. We make 2 of them.
And they're 3 damage each.
3 damage each. So then we go on to our Feel No Pains. So we need 5s. We make that one, and that one.
So that's 2 dead, is it?
So they've got 4 wounds now, so 1 dies and 1 is left with 1 wound.
Yeah.
Okay, and now these dice here.
Yeah, it's the same, except they're only 2 damage each.
Okay, so 4s. We make 2, and then the Feel No Pains.
So, yeah.
We make 1.
So another one's dead.
That one's dead.
Yeah,
because he had 1 wound left.
And another 1 dead.
Another 2. Okay, so the Neuro Gaunts, etc. came in, did no damage, saved the 2 wounds that did come in. So now I'm attacking back. I'm going to attack Swarmlord's guards there. But I am no longer in control of that objective, so I'm not in my power matrix. So you can only reroll 1s to hit. So here we go then. Reroll 1s. We need 3s.
That's quite good. And 1 here.
One there, thank you. To roll for 2 2s. That 2 comes out. Not 3s, of course, it is 4s. So those all miss as well. Not great. Okay, so here we are. Strength 6, toughness
8.
Toughness 8, 5s.
There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
4. There we go. It's -1. 2 damage each.
So 4 ups. 1 damage each.
2 damage each.
2 damage.
Yeah.
So.
Feel no pains?
Yeah. No.
Nope.
So that's 4 damage. Kills 1.
Kills 1. Okay.
Cool.
Now my Technomancer, he's probably not going to do much. Okay, so that is the end of turn 1 for the Tyranids. Richard got 4 points to investigate signals, and he got his secure no man's land as well. And that's it. So now we're going to move into turn 2 for the Necrons.
So I'm going to
You're going to
disregard area denial.
Okay, yeah,
For
for a CP.
For a CP.
Okay, I've got overwhelming force, capture enemy outposts and bring it down. Richard did his battle shock on all unit tests, and I failed with my 2 units of small scarabs and the big unit of scarabs. I passed on all of my wraiths. The Acanthrites are battle shocked, and the 2 outside Doomstalkers are battle shocked, but not the middle one. But I did pass on my 2 Locust Destroyers there, so I did score 10 points for primary. So let's see what I can do in the movement phase. Okay, end of movement phase. I moved the Wraiths up over here. I'm trying to kill a unit on an objective. We've left the Wraiths in here. I brought the Scarabs up and the Spiders. Brought these up onto the piece of terrain. This guy here is a monster, so I'm hopefully going to be able to shoot into that unit. We've got the Acanthrites staying where they are. Actually, they moved, shuffled back a bit, and I brought the Technomancer up here. And I've left the Wraiths here, but they all have a good line of sight to those guys. And I've brought in my 2 units of Death Marks here. I'm going to attempt to charge in here and steal this objective for 8 points. Wish me luck as we move in to the shooting phase. And this time, I can actually shoot. Okay, so my middle Doomstalker can just about see this guy, so I'm shooting it first, which is just use a stratagem, taking this unit of 20 down to a unit of 5 in terms of blast benefits. So it's going to be just +1 for blast, and then obviously +1 for my d6 shots. So how many shots? d6 plus 2, 4 shots. Okay, so we haven't moved, so it's 3s, and we get to re-roll because we're in the power matrix. So let's re-roll that one that misses. They all hit. Strength 14. It's definitely going to be 2s on those Hormagaunts. I roll 1-1. So there you go, Rich. 3 saves at -3. Okay, 3 dead. Okay, so next I'm going to shoot my wraiths, my pistols at the Swarm Lord unit. So we need 4s. We get to re-roll these. Let's just take them out so there's no confusion. Alright, here we go. 4s. We're in the power matrix. So we get to re-roll. Okay, thank you. And re-roll. Not a good re-roll, but we do get 2 more through, so we'll just take that. Right, coming in at strength 6.
Toughness 8.
2 5s. These are devastating wounds. No 6s there.
They get 5 up, feel no pain.
Okay.
There's 1 each, isn't it?
1 each, yeah. Feel no pains.
No.
3 wounds. Right, next I'm going to shoot these wraiths into the mycetic spore, whatever it's called. Here we go. So we need 4s, re-rolling everything. I'll take the misses out. Thank you. Okay. And takes the misses out there. That many hits.
Now need 5s.
5s, we can re-roll with 1s to win.
10, I think, actually. Tyrannosaurus, strength
Toughness
9.
Toughness 9. Yeah, so strength 6. So 5s, re-rolling 1s. Dev wounds.
1 dev wound, two dev wounds.
No 1s.
Yes, there's just 1.
There's 1. Oh, that's a nice conversion. And then the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, miss. 2 saves at no AP.
Right, so do the 2 saves. Oh, well, 1 save.
Okay, so 4 damage then. So we've got 6 wounds left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Technomancer did another wound on that drop pod, and now we're going to shoot the end Doomstalker into the Swarm Lord unit. I am at -1, of course. So how many shots? D6 plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll that one. Richard has played one of his abilities to make that stratagem an extra CP for the rest of the game. So it's going to be 2 CPs to do any future re-rolls. But I think I can live with that because at least my close combat stratagem is now only going to cost me 2 CPs rather than 3, which could have been even worse. Okay, anyway, let's get re-rolling. Here we go. Command re-roll. Turns it into a 3, not too bad. So now we get 4 shots. So we are at -1 to hit, so we'd normally hit you on 4s. That goes down to 5s, but I had stood still, so it's back to 4s. And then we can re-roll because we're in the power matrix. So we need to re-roll 3 of them. We convert 2 of them, so 3 go through. Strength 14.
Toughness 8, so 3s.
3s. All go through at -3.
Benefit of cover.
It's down to -2.
Yeah, so 5 ups. 2 go, so 1.
3 damage each. 3 5 ups.
No.
Okay, there you go.
So 1 dies.
Okay, so now we're going to continue shooting. I've got my 2 destroyers there. The first one shooting into the Swarm Lord unit. Here we go. So we get 3 shots. We need 3s. These are lethal hits, and I can re-roll. So we get 2 through. These are strength 5. It's going to be at least 5s. I get double 5. Okay, and then the next one coming in. So 3 go through, and then 5s. So that one misses. So we've got 3 saves there to do in total from both of those destroyers, Rich. Those are -2, 2 damage.
-1, so 4 ups. So 1, 2 damage.
Yeah. Nice, takes a wound. Okay, so the Acanthrites into the Neuro Gaunt unit. We are -1 because they are in combat, so we need 5s. We don't get any 5s yet, but we do get to re-roll it. And we still don't get any 5s. However, we have shot at that unit, so now I'm going to shoot my spiders into it. Okay, so I've got 4 guns from the spiders shooting into the Neurogaunts. There's 21 there, so it's +5 to each one. So here we go. We get 10, that makes that 20. 26 plus another 8, 34. Okay, here we go then, so we need 3s. No, P4s, you're correct, because you of course are in combat.
But 1s, 2s and 3s you can re-roll.
I can indeed, yep. Got the 2 1s there.
Is there any lethals?
No, no lethal on these ones. Okay, here we go, so 4s.
1, 2, nice.
Not bad, not bad.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so here we go then. We need 2s to wound, strength 6, toughness 3s. And these, of course, are devastating wounds. 2s, looking for 6s.
So let's get the 6s out of the way.
I will take the 1s out.
I'll make that 4 go through.
Okay.
Oh, there's a 1 there. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 18. 18, right, there's no AP. So it's their normal save.
6s. 6s?
Yeah. 2. That's that unit dead.
Okay.
But he's down to 5. But I will put would I? Do I want them back just to be annoying?
Okay, so I killed the unit and the big guy's on down to 5 wounds, yeah?
Yeah.
You had how many wounds in total? 8, was it?
9.
9 wounds, ooh, nasty. Okay, so end of the shooting phase. I shot my death marks and I managed to get this guy down to 3 wounds. And we've got Swarmy here on full strength, this guy down to 3 wounds. I've got this down to 5 wounds. And we're moving into the assault phase. I'm going to assault over here, try to kill this off the objective for some points. I'm going to try to assault. We've got the scarabs, I've got the spiders, maybe into here. And try to kill some monsters. Okay, so I got my wraiths into combat there. I've got my spiders and scarabs into combat there. And now we're looking at the 2 units of death marks. I need to get onto the objective, survive the assault, to get 8 points. Can we do it? We've got 2 chances. So here we go, we need a 9. We get a 7. Next one.
You didn't use it.
I'm not going to re-roll that yet because I might get in with the next one. Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Right, the next one.
Is this a 5 unit?
Yeah, it's the higher unit up there, so that doesn't get in, so I'm going to re-roll that. Come on, for God's sake, get in!
No.
Oh my God, terrible, terrible, let me down, 8 points. Okay, so moving on, we're going to attack the Mycetic Spore with the Wraiths. Here we go, we need 4s, re-rolling everything. Let's take the good ones out. This might take me a while. It's not that of a great roll, I don't think, but it's not too bad. Hopefully the re-roll will be better. Okay, so re-roll all of them. Converted a few of them, which is good. Another one there. Okay, so we miss with 6, 7.
Which isn't bad.
Coming in, strength 6.
Toughness 9, yeah.
Yeah, 5s, re-rolling 1s. Any 1s?
Yeah, there's at least 1.
Okay.
5s.
That's a 5 there as well. Re-roll.
Yes, I always miss.
No. Yeah, you got 5 wounds left.
I need to save 2 of them. All but 2. So, there's 3. No. So.
Does he explode?
No.
No. Okay, that's handy. Okay, so next up it's the spiders on that guy there. So we get 5 attacks each. We need 4s, re-rolling. Take those misses out. Miss with 2, and these are strength 8, -2, 2 damage.
4s.
4s.
That's 2. There's 3.
Not a good roll, but 3 do go through. -2.
That's 4 up in roll. This is his best roll. 2 go.
2 damage each. Got 3 wounds, right?
I'm just seeing if he...
Make sure he hasn't got a feel no pain or anything silly.
No.
Okay, that's that unit dead. Okay, so because I killed some of these guys in the units earlier, these are no longer in close combat. So that is the end of the turn. I killed 2 units on objectives, and they were both monsters, so I scored 5 points for each one, so that was 10 points. That was the end of my turn. I'm going to keep capture enemy outpost just because I don't necessarily think I'm going to score it, but at least it will give something for Richard to think about as we move into turn 2 for the Tyranids. Okay, so Richard has deploy teleports homers, extended battle lines and capture enemy outpost. Okay, so the swarm has been moving. These guys have moved up over here. We've got these guys on the objective surrounding me. These guys have moved up with the Tervigon, and then we've got the deep striking Morlock there. These guys came off from after me killing them. They came back basically, and the Gene Stealers moved a whopping amount of inches with a special ability.
The enhancement gives them 2 inches extra on their move.
Okay, so basically my 2 death marks are definitely going to die. And then we've got the Swarm Lords just moving backwards there. And that's it. So now we're going to move in to the shooting phase. Okay, so Richard's entire army shot me and did no damage. I saved everything that came through. However, he did do 2 mortal wounds with the Morlock on my Wraith units there. Right, now we're moving into the assault phase. Okay, I am an assault with these Gants, the Termagants, the Psychophage. Over here I've got the Morlock and the Swarmlord unit with my Wraiths, and of course my Gene Stealers are... not my Gene Stealers, your Gene Stealers are in assault with my Death Marks. Okay, let's see how well this goes. Okay, end of turn 2 for the Tyranids. So, I lost 1 of my Wraiths. I did a few wounds on this guy, I can't remember how many it was now. How many?
6.
6 wounds on this guy. And then in the middle here I lost 3 of my Wraiths. I've got 1 Wraith left and the Technomancer. I did a few wounds off of the Morlock, and as you can imagine I didn't lose. No, see, your imagination is wrong. I didn't lose all of my death marks. I've got 1 left there. And Richard did his extended battle lines. You disregarded taking my home objective.
Yeah.
Yep. For a CP, and that's it. So we are moving into Necrons turn 3. Okay, so all of my battle shock is gone, and the units that needed to take battle shock tests I passed. I regained the wounds I lost earlier on the Wraith, and I regenerated a Wraith over there, and I regenerated a Death Marks over there. I drew extended battle lines and defend stronghold, and I used a CP to exchange take Richard's deployment zone for a tempting target. I was really hoping to get behind enemy lines or something which my last unit of death marks could do when they come in. However, I didn't, but yeah, tempting target, and Richard has taken this one as the objective I've got to get. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so end of turn 3 movements for the Necrons. I moved my Wraiths just up over here and I deep strike to my death marks there. My Scarabs have just jiggled around because Richard has 3 units of 2 Rippers, so I'm trying to avoid him getting in. Hopefully I've done that, but maybe not, we'll see. My 2 Doomstalkers have moved forward onto this piece of terrain so that they can shoot. These guys have moved aside. I fell back here. Richard overwatched with a torrent weapon, killed one of my Wraiths. And I've moved my Spiders and Acanthites up here. My Scarabs are just there. And I've got the death marks there. I need to decide whether I want to stay in combat there. You have overwatched already, so I might fall back. Okay, so I have fallen back, and now we are ready to shoot. Okay, end of the shooting phase, turn 3. I killed a bunch of these Hormagaunts here. And then I shot over here into the Swarmlord unit, and I killed the guard, and I've got Swarmy down to 1 wound. Up over here I shot into the Gene Stealers, got them down to 4 Gene Stealers with the Brood Lord. And that is my entire shooting done, so let's move in to the assault phase. Okay, so I managed to get my Spiders in combat with Swarmy and the Morlock, along with the Scarabs, and these did a very nice big charge and got into the Gene Stealers. Okay, so start of the fight phase. I'm going to self-destruct a Scarab Swarms. Let's see what we get. Scarab Swarms for the death. 1, 6, a 3. That's okay. So that's D3 mortal wounds, I believe. Let's change. Let's just check the rules. Yeah, D3 mortal wounds. Don't doubt yourself, Nick. Okay, 1 mortal wound. Okay, end of turn 3 for the Necrons. So I knew Richard had 3 CPs. He was going to interrupt, I knew it. So I had to try and kill Swarmy because he's there with 1 wound. And if I hadn't killed him, I thought Richard would interrupt and kill my Spiders. However, both my Spiders on Swarmy, he had 1 wound. And what happened? Richard saved everything. So I didn't kill him. He then interrupted over here with the Gene Stealers and killed one of my Wraiths. When I assaulted back, I killed all of the Gene Stealers, just the Brood Lord left. Over here, my Scarabs got this guy down to 5 wounds, and I lost 2 Scarab bases in return. Swarmlord, what did he assault? He went for my Spiders, did no damage.
No.
No damage. Which was lucky, so not much happened there. And then over here, I lost 1 Wraith from the assault, and then I went onto the Psychophage and got him down to 2 wounds. I got my extended battle lines, and that was it, but I do have my Defend Stronghold, and I have disregarded taking this objective here because I don't think it's going to happen. Right, let's move into turn 3 for the Tyranids. I nearly said orcs. Nearly. Right, so Richard has engage in all fronts, defend stronghold, and he's still holding teleport homers from the last turn. So he's going to do his best to get into 4 quarters. We'll be back. Right, we have some movement. We've got Swarmlord moving up into this quarter, and these guys have moved up trying to aim at my Scarabs. I used 1 CP, my only CP, to move 6 inches away. Now they're hidden behind that piece of terrain, just to slow that onslaught down a little bit, maybe. Over here, everything is basically moved around Richard's objectives because he has defend stronghold. So I think he might defend it somehow. We will see. Right, let's move into the shooting and assault phase. Okay, not too much to talk about in the shooting phase. I lost a couple of wounds on a couple of Wraiths. In the assault phase, I got assaulted by a Swarmlord just here, and by the Tervigon. They managed to kill one of my Wraiths, the one that was on 1 wound, and this has got 3 wounds left. I managed to get this guy down to 1 wound. I failed to kill Swarmlord, he's still on 1 wound. However, my Canoptek Spiders got the Morlock down to 1 wound after Richard did a re-roll to save it on 1 wound, and then my Scarabs took the last wound off. Richard got his engage in all fronts. It's a pretty close game, to be fair. This is going to be tight as we move into turn 4 for the Necrons. Okay, so I've got Area Denial and Secure No Man's Land, which basically I'm already doing both of those. And I've got Storm Hostile Objective. Well, this one is going to be almost impossible to do because I don't think I can get there. And this one, look at that big blob of Tyranids. However, this one, Richard is holding onto a card to score 5 points if I don't take it. So, it's going to be interesting. Let's have a think and do some play. Okay, command phase. I didn't fail any battle shock tests, which is really nice. I rolled really well for that. I've got this Wraith back here. Got this one back to full strength. I regenerated a Scarab Swarm with RP, and then I got 2 more back with the spiders. They're back to full strength, although one's only on 1 wound. Over here I got another Wraith back, so they're back to full strength. That was a nice command phase. Oh, and I got 3 death marks back, so those are back to full strength. Right, we have some movement going on. We've got the spiders, the scarabs and the wraiths all moving towards this blob. We've got the death marks moving up over into that corner, and these guys just hiding here. Okay, that's it. Time to shoot. Okay, so I shot everything here at the Swarm Lord, killing him, and at the Termagants. I killed 10 Termagants, and then Richard moved towards me with his special ability. Over here I shot the spiders and the wraiths into the big blob of Tyranids. There's just 2 Neurogaunts, 1 Bio-4 and the Brood Lords left. I didn't actually try to kill the Brood Lord because I wanted to keep my assault there so that I could assault and get onto the objective. And then the death marks killed a Ripper. Now you probably can tell I'm doing a voiceover for the rest of the game, and that's because the battery ran out on the microphone. Okay, assault phase. I lost one of my wraiths here and I killed a good chunk of those Termagants, just 2 left. The spiders killed a Bio-4, the scarabs killed the Neurogants, and the Brood Lord is left with just 1 wound. So I did get points for Storm Hostile Objective, and I did all 3 of my secondaries, plus I stopped Richard from defending his stronghold. Okay, Tyranids turn 4, Richard got no prisoners, cleanse and attempting target. However, what I forgot to say, at the end of turn 3, he decided to do a gambit. He wasn't going to get many primary points, it was clear. So his gambit was Orbital Strike. He had to get into the corners of the board. Okay, so Richard is getting ready to go into the corner of the board on his turn 5. He's hiding the Gants behind that piece of terrain so that I can't shoot them. At the back there we've got some Termagants trying to take back the objective, and here we are locked in combat with the Tervigon, the Wraiths and the Termagants. Okay, assault phase. I killed both of the Termagants there. Not too much happened on this objective. I killed a few of the Gants, and the Gants took some wounds off of my Scarabs. Okay, so Necrons turn 5, and I've got behind enemy lines, no prisoners, and engage in all fronts. I took my turn, Richard took his, and we came to the end of the game. Richard did cleanse this objective with the Scarabs. The Tervigon is left, and everything at the back there is actually dead. He did get those Gants in the corner of the board. He's got Rippers on the other side. He needs an 11 to get 30 points for his gambit, and he rolled a 9. And that was the end of the game. Richard scored 38 points in total and I maxed out. Actually, I scored way more than the 100 points. I scored 57 points for secondaries and 55 points for primary. So definitely a solid win for the Necrons. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like to find out more about my list, then here are 2 videos for you. The original list video and then the updated one. And here is a playlist with all of my 10th edition battle reports.